Welcome to Recently Logged, the audio stream discussing what the film bros are watching these days.
Wow, that was a bad intro.
That really was.
Who wrote the intro?
Robbie
Okay,
did.
I
Robbie did.
ad-libbed it the first episode.
No, you did not
And it's
ad-lib
an
it.
act-
You wrote
it's a
it
thing?
down.
Or wait, no, that was the bio I wrote when I was setting up the podcast. And then I was like, let's just read the bio as our intro.
And yeah, that's how the intro came to be.
Yeah. We're probably going to change it come next year.
For season
But anyway,
2.
hi guys.
Yes.
We're back.
Hello.
We've been gone for a while. Part of this is due to the fact that I had a play that I performed one week, and that kind of got in the way of recording.
You were part of the theater, Micah?
I am part of the theater.
How'd it go?
Wow.
Did you do good?
It went well. I mean, I was the lead for one of them, and it went fine, so it was fine.
Oh yeah, I always forget that you have the main part in that, because...
Oh, yeah, I forget that you had the main part.
Did you not go see it, Robbie?
No, he's
He
standing...
was recording both shows.
I recorded both shows. He's standing in the back tier of the stage, all the way in the
No,
back.
I'm not all the way in the back. If I went all the way in the back, you wouldn't hardly be able to see me.
Yeah, I wasn't hardly able to
No,
see you.
I stand above everybody. That's all.
Okay. He's the voiceover guy for the whole show.
No, I'm the narrator. That's not the
It's the
voiceover
same
guy.
thing.
And besides, it starts with me, in a scene talking with people, and then I'm like, oh, I tell them the story. Then I step back and I narrate, and then the end ends with me as a character again, not just the narrator. So
Yeah. But that's why we didn't make an episode last week.
yeah, but anyway, if you couldn't tell,
If you
we
couldn't
have
tell.
we have a guest.
We have a
back
guest.
again.
He's back.
For
I'm
the
a
first
returning
time.
guest.
Whoa!
Returning.
This is our only second time guest.
Yeah, this is
on
our
the
only
entire
returning
show.
guest.
Was it Marianne a
'Cause-
two-timer?
No.
No?
That was
Just
the
Igor.
The Igor episode was her first time. We're thinking about doing another one while she's down here, though.
Oh.
But yeah, you're the first,
Back
Zach.
to back too.
Wow, I'm honored. Thank you.
How does it feel?
It feels great. This is a lot of fun, so I enjoy it.
I'm sure Luke's jealous.
I know, Luke, he keeps asking to come back on, and we're like, dude, I swear,
We'll
we're
do it.
gonna have you back on.
We're like, we just have plans, man.
Yeah.
We have so many people, or at least so many of my
We
friends
have
are
so
like,
many
I
people
want to come on
lining
your
up
podcast. Can I come on your podcast?
to
I'm
come
like,
on our rinky-dink.
Yes, it's
podcast.
fine, but we have
know.
scheduling.
I know, and since we record it the week of, it's, yeah.
And for our listeners, you may also notice that this isn't a Christmas movie, and we were supposed to be doing a Christmas movie.
Oh yeah, we're halfway
last
through
week,
December.
which we didn't make one,
Yeah.
and now we're not doing a Christmas movie this week. But don't worry, next week and the week after should be a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
So you'll squeeze in 2 Christmas movies before December's over.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah. But anyways, enough about us not recording the podcast. Zach, did you introduce yourself already?
I think I'm a
your
returning.
name?
Yeah. If you don't
Oh,
know who I
yeah.
am, go listen to the Spider-Man podcast.
It's
Yeah.
very good.
We did a episode on the Raimi trilogy.
It's it's long, but it's good.
Yeah,
And
that was
why
a fun
Micah
one.
hates movies.
I know it's not that I hate movies. Oh my gosh, I gave the movie 5 stars.
Well, we'll talk about a movie today that you actually enjoyed, which is rare, but you actually liked it.
It's a rare occurrence on the
Oh,
show,
no.
but
Yeah.
Well, you're the one who picks all the movies, Robbie.
All
and
right.
It's more interesting podcast-wise when we don't all agree on loving a movie. Because
Yeah.
we did The Prestige once, and
The
that's one of my favorite
Prestige.
movies. And we were just
So this movie is not
uh,
going to be fun to listen to because we are going to rave about it.
well, hopefully it will be just because
Yeah.
it's new and we have stuff to talk about, and it's a little more interesting than our Prestige episode where we were just it was just the two of us, and we were like, Prestige is a
so
good
yeah,
movie.
it's a good movie. We just kept coming up with things like, "What's your favorite costume?"
It was
Oh,
pretty bad.
boy,
That was
wow.
a rough episode.
Yeah. But anyway, if you guys didn't read the episode title,
or
we're-
or looked at the thumbnail.
yeah, or looked
anything.
at the episode art, or if you're watching on YouTube, looked at the poster on your screen. We're doing Knives Out this week.
Yay!
I think we might have said it already. I don't remember.
I don't think we have.
Okay.
When did this movie come out?
All right. It came out
Like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago?
right at Thanksgiving, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Something like
I don't
that.
know when that was, though.
Sometime around there.
But anyway, it's a pretty new movie.
Yeah, go over the basic facts, Micah.
All right, you want me
Do
to
it.
hit them with the basic facts?
I'll drink some coffee in the meantime.
All right. So this is Knives Out. It came out this year, which is 2019 for those people listening in the future.
In the future. If the podcast is still going.
It's rated PG-13. It's 130 minutes. It's a comedy crime drama. Its cast includes the names such as Daniel Craig, Chris Evans, Anna Day. Cut off name.
Wow.
Here, hold on. I'm gonna.
You're gonna
Basically, Daniel Craig and Chris Evans. That's all you need to know to go see this movie.
that's all you need to know.
Anna de Armas, I think.
Armas, probably.
Armas?
I don't know.
I don't know. And like other names that people know, I guess.
Again, why do you read the names?
There's
Frank Oz is in it.
Frank.
An interesting fact, which I didn't know, and I was reading this in the trivia before we started. This is, I think it said this was like the first movie that Frank Oz has shown his face in like 20 years.
Wow.
He's been like voiced, and he's voiced stuff, but this is like the first one that he's been in, I think. And don't quote me on that because it might be the other guy.
Wow. So Zach, how many times have you
Wait,
seen
no, I'm
this?
not
Oh,
done
you're not
going
done
through-
yet?
Oh my
Oh, right.
This
Hold
was
on.
directed by Ryan Johnson and written by Ryan
It's
Johnson.
a Ryan Johnson whodunit, Micah.
It is a Ryan
That's
Johnson
that's
whodunit.
literally the tagline of the movie.
It's so far, because the Golden Globes haven't happened yet, but it was nominated
yeah.
for 3.
It got nominated.
Best musical or comedy. Anna de Armas or whatever got nominated for Best Performance
Wow.
by an actress in a motion picture, musical or comedy,
Right.
and Daniel Craig was the same for me, for that.
Danielle Craig.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I
Is
think,
that it, Mike?
Well, let's see. Oh yeah, here's a little trivia tidbit for you.
Trivia?
So
What?
Ryan Johnson also wrote and directed a Star Wars movie. You may have heard of it.
You may have heard of
The
it.
Last Jedi.
I'm shaking my
where-
head for viewers who obviously you can't see us, but I'm shaking my head right now because I notoriously despise that movie.
I don't know.
But
know
but
what?
anyway,
we need to do that.
Let me
movie.
finish my
we need to do
trivia.
that. We need to get all the people I know who hate The Last Jedi, and I'll bring it on here and force them to like
No,
it.
get Jacob Suggs on here too, who loves
Yeah.
The Last Jedi.
Yeah,
but
I can
anyway,
I can get Jeff on here too.
Daniel Craig had an uncredited cameo as a stormtrooper in The
Oh
Last
yeah,
Jedi.
that's right.
So
I
I
forgot
wonder
about
if he had a
that.
southern accent.
he did not. No,
Did he?
He was a stormtrooper that was mind tricked by Rey in The Force Awakens.
Oh dang.
Yeah,
Daniel
knew?
Craig's just popping up here and there.
I'm pretty sure that was him. I could be
Oh, that
completely
makes
wrong.
sense.
Yeah, probably. I don't know. Don't like quote us on
Don't
that.
Yeah,
Quote
don't
us
quote
on
us on
any of
anything we say here.
Any information, we give you the basic facts, but who's to say whether or not they're
It's
facts?
also had a $40 million budget.
Dang.
So
For Knives Out, 40 million.
yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that's the basic facts.
All right.
Now that we're 9
What
minutes.
was I gonna ask Zach? Oh yeah, have you still only seen this once?
Yeah, we went and saw it together the day after Thanksgiving. So Black Friday. Did we see
Yeah.
it Black Friday or
Yes.
Saturday?
Wait, it might have been Saturday.
Anyway, we went and saw it
Yeah.
while you guys were down here in Florida, and I
Yeah.
went into it, and I told you guys before I have my expectations set to the lowest bar because it is a Ryan Johnson directed movie, and I don't like him because I feel like he killed Star Wars. But
He did not kill Star Wars, so it's fine.
so I went in with the lowest expectations and walked out thinking, wow, this movie might, have saved his career.
He's
his
done some
directing
supposedly
career.
other good movies. I don't know. I've never seen
he
Looper,
did,
so
he did Brick and Looper as well.
here, hold on. You guys talk amongst yourselves. I'll be right back. Don't go over anything important without me.
Okay. For the listeners of the podcast, even though Mike is not here, me and him went and saw it yesterday, and we took our mom to go see it, and
Okay.
I forgot how much language was in it.
Yeah, I kind of, I think it's where we're at, where we
What
kind of
about-
like
what about what?
just throw it over our heads because like we don't really think about it because I feel like
Yeah.
I hear not that we say it or anything like I hear
can't-
it
no,
I hear
no,
it
no.
a lot, so it goes
Yeah.
right over my head. And when I take my parents or anyone to see a movie, they're kind of like, "Well, that a lot of language," and you think about it, you're like, "Oh yeah, that
Oh,
did have
yeah.
a lot of language." Yeah, the
I was-
PG-13 stamp on this movie, they used all the words
They
possible
push
to
it,
get
yeah.
it right before.
Right?
The
Like
next rating.
this was like
Yeah, but I was so nervous to laugh at any of the jokes.
right? Like cuz a lot of
I
them
was
have
like,
language in it
Yeah.
too, like a lot of the jokes and I'm like
I laugh at that kind of stuff too, and I get in
Yeah.
trouble for that all the time. But that's besides the point.
Yeah, so it was weird. The second time we watched this, we were like practically alone in. Well, actually, we were alone in the theater. It was just the
us
three of us.
Oh gosh.
So I was like scared to laugh at anything, and then I was like,
Because like you'd hear it, like just because it was so like it was just as you
It was-
laugh and that's when you just like look over and she's like, of course she didn't do that, but
No,
you
no.
know,
I kept looking over to see if she was laughing. I'm like, I hope she enjoys this. But
but yeah,
Yeah.
do we want to go over what we rated this? I don't know if Zach rated this.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
I did rate it when we went and watched it. Yeah, I rated
Yeah.
it as soon as
Alright.
I finished watching it.
I don't know who wants to start with
oh,
that. Then,
if
but
you want to follow Zach, do you want people to follow you on Letterboxd?
Sure. I don't really have like a lot of it. I should keep up with it more actually. But
Okay.
yeah, it's
What
just
is your at?
it's just Zack Cole 96. That's it.
Okay.
96
Uh,
referring to when I was born. I'm
Wow.
Whoa.
now everyone knows
20.
your age.
That does not matter.
Jeez, Zach, you're so old.
Man.
I'm
Zach,
23.
you're
I'm
just-
not that old.
Yeah, well, just wait till you're 33 and then 40.
Then that's an issue. Yeah. When you hit 30, I feel like it's downhill.
Yeah,
from there.
no.
What will this podcast look like if it keeps going now?
We're still doing it with Zach, and we're all like in our 30s and 40s, and we're
Oh,
just
gosh.
talking about movies.
Cy Snoodles, a Star Wars story. Cover it on the podcast.
By then, Elon Musk will have like made a little car jet that we can like travel to each other's houses, or a teleportation
Yeah.
device of some
Yeah,
kind.
we'll just teleport.
By that
There
time,
you
though,
go.
Disney will have bought out the state of Florida, so
And they'll have bought out the podcast by then.
yeah,
too.
no, we'll be official Disney, like we've predicted. They're
Yeah,
already planning.
we
this.
keep predicting it.
They're gonna buy us out.
Once they allow us on
And
Stitcher,
then any
it's all over.
any Sony movie, we're just gonna have to completely.
Yeah,
Oh,
be like,
man. Yeah.
We're just gonna be like, oh, that's awful.
I'm gonna be
Disney
like
is
5
amazing.
stars, but it sucks.
5 stars, but the company is awful.
Okay,
but anyway, ratings. Who wants to start with that?
I guess I can. I don't know.
I can if you want me to. I don't
I
care.
rated it 4.5 out of 5.
Both times.
Both times.
Both times.
Or 9 out of 10, as some people like to say.
You don't know. No, don't do that.
Okay.
So the first time I watched this movie, I also gave it 4.5.
Wow.
But then the second time, I gave it 5 because I liked it quite a bit better on the second viewing.
Character growth, Mike.
Yeah. So I gave this 5 stars, and this is also, if you go on Letterboxd, if you follow me on Letterboxd, which is games_things.
Games_things.
This is in my top 4 favorite movies on there.
Wow.
Wow. Wait, it cracked the top 4 now?
Yeah.
It was just like top 7 or
It's
something.
number 4 out of my top 4.
It's actually on my favorite movies list now too. But like top 15, not like not that high.
So what did you rate it, Zach?
Apparently, I hated it the most. I give it a 4.
No,
Oh, wow.
4 is
Oh.
great.
Yeah.
Zach.
Or
That's an 8
or
out of-
as
I
Robbie
gotta
says,
kick you
8 out
out.
of 10.
8 out of 10. That's really good.
No,
Yeah.
I gotta kick you out, Zach.
Wow.
Yeah,
It's
so
done.
I'm gonna be the Micah of the podcast today. No, I'm just kidding. It was really.
Zach,
I
why
liked
do
the
you
movie.
why
It
do you
was good.
hate this movie?
I don't.
Why
I
do
don't
you hate
it.
Ryan
I gave it
Johnson?
4 stars. That's good.
No,
It was
this-
good.
this
It's
is-
just it was the first act for me that was just it was way too slow to the point where
Which
I
is-
was like, dude, just come on already. Like let's move along or I'm gonna pass out. And then the second and third act were fantastic. That's where it bumped it up to a
Okay.
4 for me.
Which I think one thing that it benefits on rewatch is that first act
Oh,
because it's
yeah.
a lot more interesting
No, it's
when
a
you
lot more
when
fun
you have
when you
the,
know-
the next acts in
Yeah.
mind and
Yeah.
and you're watching that first act.
That is something I will say. The first act is a lot less tedious on the second time.
Because when you watch it the first time, you're just kind of like, okay,
Okay, yeah.
okay,
Let's move on, please. Yeah.
okay.
Get on with it. Yeah.
Like, and you know all this information is going to be important, but you're just kind of like waiting for the story to get going.
Yeah. So, well, I guess that's just really good for Ryan Johnson's sake then, because this movie has rewatchability. People
Oh,
can
yeah.
go back and go see it again and pick different things out, like, oh, they foreshadowed to this, or,
No,
brought
there's
it
a
up in the
lot
first act. It was good.
you can pick from.
I
this
will
movie.
say the jokes are like iconic on the second viewing. I'm
Jokes
like
are-
quoting most of the movie.
except for that stupid Hamilton joke.
Oh my
I
gosh,
hate
the
that
Hamilton reference, Micah.
So,
What is your
I'm
deal
a
with
fan
this?
of Hamilton. I'm a Hamilton fan. I listen to the soundtrack occasionally. I like it. And they make a reference to one of the songs. They're like, immigrants, you get the job done.
Well,
And
now
then-
you've referenced
And
it,
then he's
Micah.
like, aha, Hamilton, and
You've
and,
become the very thing you swore to destroy.
and that joke is going to that joke pulls me out of the movie for like a brief second, and I'm just like,
Okay, something related to that. Before we go into our basic thoughts of this movie,
Okay.
How well do you think this is gonna age? Like in maybe
That's a
like
good
10 or
question.
even 20 years.
it's gonna be a very 2019 movie.
Yeah, I have to agree on that. Like, if you're thinking like 5-10 years down the line,
Yeah.
no one's gonna remember this movie.
A
Which
ton
which
of
sucks,
the
but
a ton of the politics in this movie are gonna date it a lot,
Yeah, there's a lot of
Yeah.
just conversations
and a
in
lot
general.
of the technology and stuff in it too. I mean, not as badly, not as severely.
Yeah,
but
luckily it's only like occasional conversations that are just gonna age it a lot.
yeah.
But I'm sure it'll be fine. There's
I
aged
hope
movies.
it's still funny, like
Right, yeah.
like in 20 years, because I'm planning on buying this when it comes to Blu-ray.
If I get when I have kids and I watch this movie with them when
Yeah,
they're
when they're-
teenagers, of course.
when they're like 5, Mike, you're
yeah,
gonna show
when they're
them
5,
Knives Out.
I'm gonna show them Knives Out. And if they laugh at the immigrants, we get the job done joke. I'm gonna
Disown them.
disown them.
You're gonna say I no longer have a son.
Oh
Wow.
no, it's just that joke just grates my nerves.
For some reason, what sticks out to me, like what's gonna age it for me, and I don't know why it stuck with me on the first viewing too, was the Apple Watch.
The fact that he looks down.
I don't
at
know,
his
he
Apple
looks down
Watch
at the
to see
Apple
that it's
Watch.
midnight.
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't know. It's so weird.
People
to
are
me.
gonna be like, haha, Apple Watches. Remember
I
those?
feel like it's gonna be like when you see like a weird like digital watch in like a 80s movie or something.
right, like when they have like this fancy technology.
Like, dude, remember my calculator watch?
I do remember.
thing was
I got
awesome.
you that for your birthday.
That thing was freaking awesome. Oh, hold on just a second.
yeah,
Lizzie's
just-
barking at something.
No, they're
Lizzie is
home.
barking.
That's why I went up. As I opened the door, they asked me to
Oh,
open the door
oh.
for them.
Oh, they didn't want to set off the garage door?
Yeah.
Well, you can probably hear Lizzie. It's fine, though.
Yeah, it's fine.
Well, fair listeners, you get to hear our dog barking.
But anyway, do we want to go into our basic thoughts?
Sure. Why not?
Who wants to start us off?
Zach, why don't you start us off?
Why don't you start us off?
okay.
Zach?
Basic thoughts about this movie.
Yeah.
Ryan Johnson did a really good job. The writing in it was really good. I think the casting was pretty well done.
Dude, I think that.
Yeah,
I don't know who the actress was that played the main girl.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she's.
What was her name?
Anna Day.
Oh, is this the name that you couldn't say?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the
Oh,
name.
okay,
you
okay. So the
couldn't
name
say.
that you can't say
That's
or
her.
pronounce. She did a really good job. I thought
Was this her
going into
first
this
movie,
movie,
Micah?
it was kind of weird
she
that
was in Blade Runner.
like Captain America was in another movie besides Captain America. So it was like, okay, let's see if Chris Evans can pull off not being a superhero for
Wait a minute.
once.
Did you see Scott Pilgrim versus the World?
A while ago, yeah.
Okay, well, he's in that too. I
Did
was
he
about to say,
really?
I'm like,
He plays a bad guy.
yeah, he plays one of the X's in it.
Okay, so yeah, that's another thing that Chris Evans he plays a pretty good bad spoiler. He plays a pretty good
Spoilers,
bad guy.
dang it!
I know.
I meant to say like extra spoilers for this movie at the beginning.
I'll put a spoiler warning at the very beginning of the episode.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you might.
do
Yeah,
that.
you might have to.
Yeah.
I mean, this movie's been out long enough.
3 weeks is not long enough to put no spoiler.
I was about to
warning.
say, if we hadn't insisted on going and seeing this, Zach, we probably wouldn't have seen it till it came to like disc.
Oh,
And
true.
we rented it. So
We don't usually go see movies in theaters, so
yeah.
Yeah.
I just literally blew like all the money in my bank account, like my checking account anyway, to go see this again yesterday, and it was worth it.
I blew all my Christmas money to go see this again yesterday.
No presents, but
No
you get a
presents
present
for
for
anybody,
yourself.
but I get to go watch the movie again, and the listeners get the present of the podcast.
Wow. Okay.
Uh,
Is that all you? Is that?
I think
everything?
besides all that, I had a statement and then a question. One of the statements was, what we learned in this movie is always have a kind heart, and you'll get a crap ton of money. And
How much
Exactly.
money did he supposedly have?
I don't know. It was
Like $60
it was
million?
something ridiculous. Like,
It was
well,
a
she
lot.
like including like all the, what's it called that comes with it? What is that
the
called?
publishing.
Yeah,
pub-
like
thing?
yeah. For
The
instance, he
publishing
gets
company?
she gets the house, which I'm sure cost
all
like
the assets,
$30 million.
And all of
in
the stuff
itself.
inside the house.
all the stuff
all
inside
the
the
stuff
house,
inside
the
the
house,
house
the
and
publishing company.
Yeah, so like we can easily say hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars. Like it's
And all you
That's a
need is a
lot of
kind
money.
heart.
yeah.
So
all you need
just-
is a kind heart.
so
You'll
just-
get hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars.
Become a nurse and
For
then
a rich
old
befriend
people.
a rich old man.
No, wait, this
He
is
is
bad
for old
advice.
people.
Stop.
yeah.
They might put you in
Micah,
your will. In their will.
Do you have something against being a nurse for old people?
No, but you shouldn't be a nurse for old people to get hundreds of millions of dollars.
Wow.
And then the question I had was at the
Okay.
end. Are all those knives prop knives, or did they mention that, or is it just like
Okay.
a couple of them?
So-
that's the quote that he has in the movie. What's his face? The guy who dies.
the guy who dies.
What is his name? Like it starts with an
Harlem?
H.
The old
yeah,
guy,
I
the
think
old
it's
one.
Harlan.
Harlan.
Yeah.
Harlan
Yes.
Thromby. He's like, I can't even tell the stage prop from the real thing, and then he stabs the real knife into the table. So I took that anyway as it's just a mixture of them all, and you can't tell the difference
But
anymore.
I was watching the knife circle thing this time. Like I was paying close attention to all the knives, and some of them you can tell by design that they can't be prop knives because
There's
the
a
blade is
hatchet
like
on
bigger.
one.
Yeah, the blade is like bigger than the handle a lot of the times. But
Oh.
occasionally you'll see one. I think it's like mostly real knives, and then there's like a couple of prop knives.
He just
in
happened
there.
to grab the one knife that would not do the
Right.
job.
Well,
you
was
stare
interesting.
at the circle, and you can see it the
yeah,
entire movie.
I watched it the entire time they
Just the
showed the
one
circle.
prop
You can
knife
see
that's
the
in
prop
there.
knife hanging up there. I'm like,
You're like, that knife is the life-saving knife.
bro, I still remember the shock when he lunges at
He's
her
like,
at the
well,
end.
in for a penny. in
I
for a
was like
pound."
so scared that she was gonna die, and I was like, what?
I know,
love
like
that
what was the
slow-mo
point
shot,
of watching
too.
this? And then it was that's a great line after that. Oh, even though it's not, I'm not supposed to laugh
Don't
at that.
say it,
That was
Zach.
okay. I'm not
Don't
gonna say it, obviously.
Zach.
I don't want to have to censor you.
Right? It's like, Grandma listens to this podcast. man.
Yeah, it's
I'll just
funny.
put a bleep noise like you said it.
No.
when
Great,
when
that's
he
gonna be a
says,
fun
"Please."
phone call.
That would be great.
That would be really
Amazing.
funny. You should do it. Actually, I would give you permission. Go do it.
All right, I'll do it. I'll do it.
All right, so you don't mind? I'll go into my basic
I do
thoughts.
mind,
Oh,
Micah.
okay. Well, fine.
No, you
Uh,
can do it.
I think this movie is very close to being the best it could be.
So then, shouldn't it be a 4.5 out of 5?
no,
Micah?
I don't think any movie is 100% perfect. That's not 5 stars for me.
Except for Paddington 2.
Except
5
for
stars
Empire Strikes Back.
Oh my god.
Thank you,
there.
thank you, Robbie, for agreeing
Yes.
with me.
It's a good movie. No,
It's the best Star Wars
Dude, it's a
movie.
really good movie. I don't like it the best of the Star Wars
It's the
movies.
best Star Wars
It
movie.
is the best
but
Star Wars movie.
It's really good. It's like my second favorite, I think.
But behind what? If you say Last Jedi,
Return of the Jedi.
Okay, I'll take that. Do not.
I need to-
You say The Last Jedi.
I've only seen Return of the Jedi one time, Micah.
Wow, that's
One
sad.
time.
I've
I've only
seen
seen
it
it
like
once.
6 times.
You've only seen it one time.
I need to rewatch it.
He's not
Yeah,
a
you
true
do.
Star Wars fan, but
No,
it's
he's
fine.
not.
I'm not like a crazy Star Wars fan.
Well,
I
why
respect the original trilogy, and I really liked The Last Jedi, but outside of that, like,
All right. Anyway, besides Star Wars, which for some reason we keep jumping.
I know
Okay.
it's because the new movie's coming out next week, and I'm really excited.
Yeah.
Right. We're all.
My brain
Star
is on
Wars
it.
is in the back of our minds, but
all right,
anyway,
Star Brain, tell
I
us
think-
tell us your thoughts on Knives
I
Out.
think this movie is pretty much as close to perfect as it can get, especially on rewatch. And I feel like this is going to be one of those movies that, like, the more I watch it, the more I'm like, oh, that's really cool, and that's really cool, and that's really cool. I think the casting is, like, top notch for this. Daniel Craig kills it.
Daniel Craig.
Chris Evans, I actually like him better as a villain role than as Captain America.
Oh yeah, no, I've always liked him in villain roles.
And I really like him in this. I think it's a great villain. His sweater is amazing.
the sweater.
Dude, the sweater. Oh my gosh, that went crazy on Twitter after everyone
It's
started seeing
amazing.
Yeah.
It's for like there being such a small cast in this movie, which there's like very small cast.
Yeah.
I think they all do a really good job, and I think it's funny and well directed.
Wow.
And I just really like this movie, man.
Did you like the score, Micah?
I did really like the score.
Okay. I was about to say, I just wanted to bring it up because you keep going on and on about the score every time. Like, you're
Dude,
like,
the score's
Robbie,
so
I'm
good.
listening to the Knives Out score.
Go listen to the song Knives Out.
By Radiohead?
Performed by the quartet, the string quartet.
Oh.
It plays at the beginning of the movie. It actually like opens with
Oh,
it.
yeah.
It's like
With okay, that opening title card is great.
dude, that opening
And
title
the closing
card,
title card.
it's just like the cut to the black with the Knives Out.
It's
written.
going to be weird
I
not
love
seeing
that.
this in a theater. Now that I've seen it twice in a theater, watching
Yeah.
it at home is going to be weird. Because I've seen it both times, like, super huge, and it's been great. So, but,
But yeah, that's
Is
probably my basic thoughts. The family in this is insane.
yeah.
They're just
Yes.
all of them. And by the way, just side note, if you check on Robbie's Twitter profile
My Twitter-
and
wait,
you look
what?
at his Twitter banner, it's amazing. So in The Mandalorian, which for those of you who haven't watched that, you should go watch it.
Is there,
man,
Micah,
go
I
watch
think it's
that.
episode
Micah,
4.
ask yourself, is there anyone listening to this podcast who's not watching The Mandalorian?
Grandma's
Grandma.
probably not watching it.
Oh,
We
Grandma,
turned on
go
the one
watch
episode
that.
and she didn't like it.
Go. Oh, wait, she didn't like it?
Yeah, we turned on the first episode for her, and I don't think she enjoyed it.
I mean, I don't love the show.
I mean, Grandpa
but
fell asleep.
Yeah, Grandpa
But-
fell asleep, so
Yeah.
That's understandable.
I think
Uh,
Thanksgiving coma just hit him hard.
Yeah. No.
But anyway, so there's a one point, and I think it's in episode 4, where Baby Yoda walks up to the two fighting, and he's holding
He's
the
sipping
little
the soup.
sipping
Yeah.
the little soup.
That
and
Kermit
they
meme
took that.
just got murdered now.
I know.
they took the sipping the little soup, and they put the my coffee my
No,
rules,
my house, my rules, my
Okay.
coffee mug.
and they put that into
Zach,
his
have you
hand,
have you seen my banner?
and it's amazing.
No, let me go look at it. It's on Twitter.
Yeah, it's just my Twitter banner.
So
Okay.
yeah, go look at that. Chris Evans.
It's not the actual mug. They just put the text over the little bowl.
Yeah, well, it's fine.
Wow.
Chris Evans in this movie does a great job. Daniel Craig does a great job. The main girl, I don't know how to pronounce her name. Sorry if you're listening to this. She did a really good job too.
Zach, have you seen Logan Lucky?
Oh yeah, have you seen Logan Lucky?
Is that the one with? Is that Adam Driver?
Yeah.
Adam
In
Driver.
that? No, I haven't. I know
Oh,
exactly who's
dang
in
it.
it, but I haven't seen it. No,
it's
I
Adam-
heard it
who-
was
who
good.
plays with him as the main?
It's Adam Driver
What's his
and
name?
Channing Tatum
Channing Tatum, yeah, and
with Daniel
Craig.
Craig. And he
And
does a southern accent
He does a southern
in that
accent
too.
in that, but it's funny because I watched Logan Lucky first, and his southern accent.
so weird. Yeah,
in
we
Logan
watched it,
Lucky
like-
sounds perfectly natural. Like it sounds 100%
Yeah, it
just
sounds
like,
like-
he has a southern accent. But in this movie,
It's like he's really trying hard.
It's like CSI KFC
CSI KFC.
in Knives Out. It's so weird.
By the way, that's a quote from Knives Out. CSI KFC.
Yeah. I guess I should go over what
Yeah,
I think.
yeah.
of it.
What do you
I was
think?
just curious if you had watched it. It's a great movie.
Yeah, well, I should go watch that.
Want another cookie? Wow. Okay.
It's actually really in the same vein as this movie too. If it
As
wasn't
Logan
for
Lucky?
if it wasn't for the one is
Dude.
the one is a robbery movie and and Knives Out is a
You should.
murder mystery, but they're both
That
in
would
the
be a
same
killer
vein.
double feature. Is Knives Out and Logan Lucky?
No, that would
Be a
I'd buy
great
it.
double feature. Yeah. So.
But anyway, basic thoughts for you.
Anyway, I really like this movie. From the other Ryan Johnson movie I've seen, the script is a lot more together than in The Last Jedi. It definitely is a lot more like solid.
The Last Jedi script is all over the place.
It really is. It's kind of a mess. But I think a lot of my main complaints with it are in the script and the structuring of it. It makes the pacing kind of weird. But other than that, I think pretty much every single element in the movie works like it's going at 100%.
Right? Like this movie is like
It's really
so fun
entertaining.
to watch.
Yeah, it's really just the like few scene rearrangements, and I think it would be a 5-star for me. But yeah, I really loved it. So it's my favorite mystery movie.
It's my favorite mystery movie.
I want to say.
What other mysteries have you watched?
Okay, no. If Paddington 2 counts as a mystery
It does
movie,
not count as
Oh
a
my gosh.
mystery movie.
Enough about Paddington 2.
It's
Paddington 2 is so good, Zach.
Is it the like top
it's
movie?
good.
It used to be my favorite movie
Behind
before I
La
saw
La
La
Land?
La Land.
I will say
Yeah.
Paddington 2 is top notch. I gave it 5 stars, but
Are you sorting by genre, Micah?
well, I'm
Is
gonna-
Paddington 2 that good?
I think it's
Paddington,
perfect.
in my
but-
opinion, isn't that great. I don't like the
What?
first one.
Oh wait, no,
Uh,
the first one,
but
no,
Paddington
it's not as
2,
good.
I really think is really good.
Paddington 2
and
is
it's
like-
got one of my favorite villains in the movie.
The performances in it are so good.
It's Hugh
It's
Grant, right?
literally like a perfect movie. I kid you not.
Tintin is a mystery.
Wait, they consider 2001 a mystery movie?
Rear Window's a mystery.
Ooh,
The
actually,
Prestige is technically
That would
a
be tough
mystery.
because I would probably be going between Knives Out and Minority Report for my favorite because I really love Minority Report. But
Sean! Just kidding.
wow,
Have you watched Minority Report, Zach?
No, I don't watch these kind of movies recently. like,
Oh,
as far
Minority
as I think
Report's-
Knives Out is like one of my. I wouldn't say first, but it's like definitely in a very very long time seeing like this kind of genre of movie,
Yeah.
which
Well-
is why because usually going into it, I have a wife that studies psychology and stuff, so from the very beginning, she already knows everything about it. If she's never seen it, she already knows like who killed who, all this
Yeah.
stuff, how it happened. She watches like a lot of NCIS and all kinds of stuff. So for me going in and sitting next to her, it's kind of like it's pointless.
Well, you didn't end up sitting next to her. So.
Which is
Oh,
why
man.
I think I enjoyed this movie.
if you watched Minority Report, because Minority Report, it's so easy to like
No,
pick
it
out
is.
every single twist and
but
everything
But
in
Minority
it.
Report's a lot different for a couple
yeah.
reasons. It's a sci-fi.
Yeah, it's a like future movie, like a dystopian
And, yeah,
sci-fi.
it's like dystopian future sci-fi.
But
and
it's a
directed
Spielberg.
by Spielberg.
Yeah, it's a Spielberg, Tom Cruise movie. So
Yeah, Tom Cruise is the. So just picture Tom Cruise yelling Sean,
Sean.
and then you get the movie.
Yeah, that's pretty much the whole movie.
Okay then.
But it's good. Questions? Do we have any questions besides Zach's already question?
Besides my already question about if the knives were all prop knives.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I think
He just got
yeah,
really
we're
unlucky.
going- I mean, you could really it's sitting there. You can really tell that it's a prop knife if you look at it
Yeah.
closely.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, he didn't have time to look at it closely.
Micah, how did the grandma eat the entire salmon spread
The
in
entire
one
salmon
night?
spread. I don't know. And it wasn't the grandma. It was the
Great grandma.
Yeah, technically. Well, it was the guy who died. I always forget his name. What is his name?
Dang it! Now I forgot his name.
Harlan
Harlan.
Thrombey.
Yeah,
It was his mom.
yeah. So grandma.
So the
No,
like
who
really
are you saying
really
it's
old
grandma's?
lady.
yeah.
Who are
The
you saying?
really, really
it's
old
grandma
one.
too, because technically it's the great grandma.
Okay, she's the only grandma in the movie.
No, both like almost
Okay.
all the other people are whatever.
Never mind, Micah. You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah. No,
How did she eat the entire salmon spread?
I don't know how she ate the entire salmon spread. Why was
That's
she
your one
constantly
question from this movie.
But why was she always staring out that back window at the
Bro.
middle of like midnight? She's like,
She's
ransom?
old. She's old. They do things. They do things when they're that old.
I hope I'm that dope when I'm old.
I hope I can eat an entire salmon spread when I'm that old.
Exactly.
I think I was reading through the trivia on IMDb for this, and Christopher Walken's like 3 years older than the lady who played her.
Oh my gosh. So how old is she?
Oh wait, not Christopher Walken, Christopher Plummer.
Oh, okay.
That's why.
The guy who
I
plays
couldn't remember
Harlan?
the name. Yeah, the guy who plays Harlan. She's
Okay.
like, okay, let's see.
She's at least 90. At least.
Yeah.
Let's see.
There's
find
no
her.
way.
She is.
She's the last build on the entire movie. I mean, she probably has like the smallest part in it.
She was born in 1936.
36. Okay. So
Wait, so that means that there's a 7-year age
7-year
gap
age
between
gap?
Christopher Plummer and her. So Christopher Plummer is 7 years older than her.
Dang. I mean, he looks old. And I would imagine some of it's makeup, right? Like for
She looks old.
I mean, she doesn't. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, she looks
Put
old.
her.
It's the really big glasses.
Put her
that
in a
sell
hat.
it.
Put her in some really big glasses and give her a scarf, and she looks exactly the same.
The really big glasses are great.
All right. Well, I have a legitimate question.
Wow, I just wanted to start it off with something light.
Okay. What do you think of Ransom's plan?
It almost worked.
His original plan.
The original
Oh.
plan
To switch the
was
labels.
Switch the labels and
To where he dies.
before he could change the will. Or
No. The original
Oh,
plan.
that's right, to where it
was to where Marta wouldn't get her.
Yeah, because she
inheritance,
would have
'cause she would have
him.
technically
Okay,
killed him.
Yeah. Okay.
And the Slayer law or whatever goes into
I didn't
play.
fully understand it the first time I watched it, and I was like, "Wait, what?" And then I'm just slow. That's the only.
That's
reason.
why he hired Benedict.
It's not hard
was
to
to get him
understand.
to figure it out, to where Marta would
Yeah.
be caught.
So
And
the question is,
what did you think of his plan? And as his plans fall apart,
He did a pretty good job at improvising.
he did actually.
Did a very good job.
like he sits there. And it just sits there for like 2 seconds and then comes up with a plan. Like he has a couple beers, sits there for 2 seconds, and then is like, new plan.
Yep.
You're not gonna give up the inheritance.
Bro. All right, Zach, do you want to answer this? I don't know.
I mean, we were kind of answering it together.
Okay.
We're kind of all answering it right now. It's
All right.
it almost worked. Like when I don't know if I'm the only one, but at the end of the movie, I'm like, yeah, no, he didn't do anything. He's just an accomplice, that kind of thing, quote unquote. But
I know.
Yeah.
then
Well,
it ended up being like he did everything. I'm like, oh, now it all makes sense. And yes, the motive is there. Obviously, he got cut out of the will, so it's very obvious that he would do that. I'm just slow.
Right.
Yeah. I swear, I never see any twists in any movie.
Right.
I
Robbie,
don't.
okay.
I don't. And
have
then
you ever
I-
watched-
after,
have you
after
ever
this
watched-
movie, my wife comes up to me and she's like, "Oh yeah, I knew from the beginning that it was Chris Evans." I'm like, "Well,
I knew from the beginning it was
Cool.
Chris Evans too, but
Did you watch the Lego movie?
did
too?
you watch the Lego Movie too?
yes, I did."
Okay, did you predict that Rex Dangervest was Emmett from the future?
No.
What?
See?
They
See,
foreshadow
Micah?
it so much.
I didn't predict it when I watched it, and I
Okay,
watched it.
You
twice.
guys are just awful.
I
with-
told
with
yes, I'm
figuring
awful.
things
With
out.
these kind, this
I
is why
can't
I think
figure-
this is why I enjoy these movies more because I'm like,
Exactly.
oh wow, yeah, that's really good directing. And then normal people are like, are you an idiot? Because yeah, it's
Are you a freaking idiot? Because
No, I assumed it was him. I didn't necessarily know his plan. You can't just like know his plan throughout
No,
the entire
obviously.
thing, but like
Sasha probably did.
I assumed
Yeah,
it was him
that's
throughout
not-
the entire thing. But I don't know. I feel like there was something he could have done at the end to still save himself. But it was really
Said he just tried to stab her.
Marta lying and actually pulling off lying for that long that did him in.
Our mom audibly gasped when she like
threw up on
projectile
him.
vomited in his face.
That was great.
I swear it looks so. So you know those little like tiny plastic fruit cups you can get like they're full of. It looked like one of those. Chop up the fruit a little bit and just throw it at somebody, and I swear that's exactly what they did. It's not. I doubt it, or at least it might be.
On that, Micah.
It might be. I don't know, but that's what it looked like to me.
It was so gross because we watched it on an even bigger screen the second time, and you could see it
It's like dripping off of his lip.
It was so gross.
Yeah, even if I'm an actor in that position and that happens and I know it's fake, I still am going to be gagging really bad. That's
See,
awful.
if it was a fruit cup though, if my fruit cup theory is correct, I would be like,
still be gross.
No, the fruit cup juice is good.
Fruit cup juice, it's like all corn
but it was in someone's
water.
mouth.
Yeah,
no,
exactly.
she didn't. I doubt she actually spit up on him.
You
I don't
saw
know. I don't
it.
remember
you
how
saw
it's
her
edited.
projectile on his face.
Yeah, ever heard of a CGI?
I'm trying to
Why
think.
would they CGI that? Why didn't they just?
Why would they get her to spit up on?
Does
him?
it cut to a wide shot?
It cuts to a close up. It cuts to a wide shot of her spitting, and then it cuts to a close up of his face.
Okay, so they probably just actually like threw it at his face rather than having someone.
Well, either way, it's not like actual puke, but like if you like put stuff in her mouth and then spit it, like I'm sure he'd be game for that.
That's gross.
He's an actor. I'm sure he's been told to do way worse.
I would do it.
He's getting paid.
You know how much did he get paid for this movie? Did we know? Is that a thing? Can we
I doubt they know that.
I don't think they reveal that.
I'm sure it was more than I'll ever make.
He's like second build, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, quite a bit probably.
How much did the old lady get?
$100.
Why did he get like $2 million for this stupid role?
Bro, she killed it though.
Right? Like best part. Best acting.
I could have killed it too. Dress me up as an old lady. Yeah, I'll take the check for that.
You gotta sit there and really master
I'm
the
using
old
that as a
lady
promo
eyes.
clip. Dress me up as an old lady.
Absolutely. Okay, that's fine.
Yes.
No, but could you sit there opposite of Daniel Craig and get those old lady eyes staring through the super magnified glasses,
listening to classical music
and listening to him sit there?
Or wait, it wasn't classical.
The only thing I couldn't do is eat an entire
that
salmon platter.
Luckily, she does it off screen.
Do you like salmon, Zach?
I love
Salmon's
salmon.
good. Salmon's so good.
Well, I don't like it, but good. I'm glad you like it.
So you could at least attempt to tackle the salmon platter.
Yeah. I don't know. I've only tried it like once, so who knows.
Salmon raw is the best. So I like sushi a lot.
See, I despise sushi.
Salmon rolls are good. Like, get like a spicy salmon roll.
You have your Last Jedi. I have my sushi.
Where is it that I get those spicy salmon rolls?
What? Oh, at Volcano?
Those are so good. Yeah, I think it's at Volcano.
Zach, you ate at Volcano while you were here.
Yes, I think it was pretty good.
I mean, it's not the best sushi
I
in
still
the world.
get
I
fish
think the
sticks.
best
That's
sushi
still
in the
good.
world is that
Shadow.
where was it? Where was it? The place in
Wait, Shadow could be on the
Shadow's
podcast.
on the podcast.
Yeah, he doesn't talk, but yeah, he's scratching at the door right now because he just figured out that I'm in here.
Shadow's
He's my hero.
podcast.
He's my hero.
Do not give him that. He's a dumb dog.
What was that? Where was that called? What was that bowling alley restaurant place called at Disney Springs?
That is Splitsville.
Splitsville. Yeah,
thank you.
The sushi there is.
The sushi you had me try, the one like super
What was
salmon
that?
or whatever.
Super salmon?
It's called a super tuna, but I told you to replace it with salmon.
And I substituted it with salmon, and it was so good.
You want to hear something depressing?
What?
It's gone.
What?
That sushi roll is
I only ate it once.
I know, and you will never eat it again.
Wow.
They
took it away. I went there last time a couple months ago, and they told I'm like, I don't even need a menu. I'll get what I usually order. That's what I'm ordering. I'm sorry, sir, we don't have that. And I got up and left. I'm like, I'm not eating here.
Oh, that's awful. That was so good. That was the best sushi I
don't
ever
know why
had.
Restaurants are very, they want to take good things away from people.
It's done. It's over.
Micah, if
Never
you go to
eating there
prison
again.
for life, you can request that as your final meal.
They'll be like, sorry, we don't make that anymore.
you like they call up Disney and they're like
Your last meal.
There's this guy who wants his last meal. He wants this like super tuna
tuna
substituted with salmon or something. Sorry, we don't make that anymore.
Sorry, we don't make that anymore.
You gotta settle for McDonald's. Sorry, bud.
Imagine having like a McChicken as your final meal.
I think my brother would be very happy about that.
The fact that Brennan likes McDonald's kills me.
I've only tried it once, and that was when I was with you guys, that one night.
I don't like McDonald's at all.
It's okay when you're feeling it. Where are we right now? Wait a minute.
Right.
Why are we talking about McDonald's?
Wait, how did we even get to sushi?
Okay, wait
Because I said salmon platter.
Salmon spread, sushi, life in prison, McDonald's.
Life in prison. That's a soundbite right there.
This is why we don't do podcasts with
That's a
guests
soundbite.
very often.
Okay.
Oh, we get so sidetracked.
Holy
Anyway,
crap, we're already 45 minutes in.
Okay, who else thinks it's a criminal underuse of the knife circle? I want more knife circle.
You think it's underused?
I want knife circle in like every show.
Wow.
You want a knife circle in your house?
I do want a knife circle in my house. With
I thought it was cool. I liked it.
One
That was a really
prop
cool
knife,
prop.
so I can
Yeah, I like it.
pick it up and stab people with it, and they'll freak out.
Wow.
And then
Until
they're
you
like,
grab the
grab
wrong
one and
knife one
stab
day."
me, and
Actually kill them.
Just actually kill
no, but
someone
what
and
would
then
be
you have
worse?
to cover
What would
it
be
up.
worse if you grab
That's how
the
he
wrong
gets life
knife
in
and
prison, Robbie.
accidentally?
That's how he ends up getting
Life in
McDonald's.
prison, and then you get your super tuna.
Okay, what would be worse though if you accidentally kill somebody, or if you do the prop knife and they get really scared and grab one of the knives off of the knife circle and stab you?
Wow.
I would say, are you
Then they
saying
have
are
to
you
eat McDonald's
selfish
as a last-
or are you not?
Okay, I would probably say the stabbing somebody accidentally
Wow. Okay.
is worse, not better.
All right. Does that settle the question? What was the question?
The criminal underusage of the knife circle.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, that's
Okay, Robbie, just for all the fans.
for all the what fans?
Is it?
Not the fans of this podcast, but the fans.
Not the fans of the
The
podcast.
fans of the sweater. What do you think of the sweater?
Knife circles. Fans of knife
The
circles.
sweater.
Oh,
The
the
sweater.
sweater.
The sweater. Okay, I think on a scale of
Of 1 to 10 sweater rating.
1 cozy sweater rating
Oh my gosh.
to 10 cozy sweater rating, this gets like an 8
No, this
because
gets
it has a couple holes and stuff
No,
in
but
it.
the holes show how good it is because
That's
obviously
cozy
they've
it
been
is.
wearing
It's
it for
a 10
a
out of
while.
10 cozy sweater.
It's a 10.5 out of 10 cozy sweater.
That's so
It's
specific.
an 11 of 10. Cozy
11 of
sweater.
10 cozy sweater.
Okay.
Confirmed.
All right. I'll give it that. That's fine. I was trying to be all analytical, but never mind.
But yeah.
All right.
Is there anything else we want to talk about?
Any final thoughts?
Yeah,
what do you
we've
think?
kind of talked about a lot of what there is in the movie. Like,
What do you think the biggest problem with it is? If you had to just point at one thing to fix, and it would be perfect.
being an only one viewer of it, I've only viewed this movie once. The first
Okay.
act was slow.
yeah, first
Like
watch, I would say it was really slow.
Horridly slow. But it apparently when you watch it the second time, it's much better.
See the
Yeah, you just notice a lot of stuff, and you're more interested in like focusing on everything and being
Yeah.
like putting the puzzle pieces together while you watch.
I found it really funny the second, like even the first. There's enough comedy in it that I feel like it doesn't get too bad, like enough that I'd turn it off. But
I would
slow.
never probably turn
It
it
is
off.
slow.
But anyway, I would say my personal biggest problem with it,
I thought it was a 5-star movie. Okay.
No, yeah, it is. But you can still. Oh my gosh.
I'm kidding.
I would just say just some things that are gonna, especially as time goes on, pull me out of the movie. Just like we were talking about earlier, some of the things that are gonna age, like the politics in it and the Hamilton reference, and just things like that. That you just, I don't know. I feel like those are gonna age really poorly. They may not. I don't know, but that's my like that may not be like a huge problem.
Like that's your.
But that's
biggest
just
problem.
like the thing that bugs me the most about the movie.
Okay. I think I said my biggest problem with it in my
pacing, I think. Is
in my
what you
basic,
said.
yeah. Some of the structure and pacing of it throws you out of it a little bit, especially in the first act. It's prominent more in the first act than it is through the second and third. because the story gets a lot more focused in those. But I think it's definitely a lot better paced and structured than The Last Jedi is. So that's like my only other Rian Johnson movie. to compare it
Anything's
to.
better than The Last Jedi.
Zach, would you say Howard the Duck is better than The Last Jedi?
Oh.
Yeah.
See, I don't
That
even
movie
think I
is
can go
straight
that
up
far.
trash. That movie is straight up trash.
Yeah. That's bad.
That is what I.
That's George Lucas's best movie. What are you talking
If I'm
about?
ever tempted to give something like half a star, I'm like, okay, I gave Howard the Duck half a star. Is
so that's
it
how you
as
rate
bad
movies.
as Howard the Duck?
If it's that trash, you would rate it half a star. It's a Howard the Duck worthy.
Exactly. Will it join the ranks of Howard the Duck?
And a couple, just like side note, cool things that I found out about this movie.
Okay.
And these are just cool little interesting things of detail.
He went on the IMDb trivia page.
No, this is the one thing is from a tweet by Rian Johnson, I think,
Wow.
and then the other
you
one
follow
was.
you follow Rian Johnson, the guy
I-
who killed my
I
favorite
do
franchise,
follow
Mike.
Ryan Johnson. And then also another one was just one that I noticed.
He took a knife and murdered.
But when they're interviewing, what's her face? What is her name? Linda Drysdale or whatever. She wears glasses in the movie, and when she's sitting in front of the knife circle, if you look in the reflection,
Oh yeah.
it looks like a window.
You can see the
And
window
they
panes
created-
reflecting
Oh,
in the
yeah,
glasses.
I saw this behind the scenes stuff where it was like
the custom lighting pieces that
Yeah.
look like windows.
That was so
it
freaking
puts
cool.
reflection of like a window.
So
Yeah.
Zach, did you notice that the first time you watched it? Or I guess you've only seen it once. Never
I've
mind.
seen
Did you
it. I've
notice
seen it. I saw it, and thought like they were just in a giant house, whatever. Obviously, because all the
Yeah.
I didn't see anything out of the ordinary, like especially in the reflection of glasses or anything. But yeah, after seeing that on Twitter, like all the behind the scenes stuff of how they pulled that off, I'm like, wow,
I know.
everything's a lie.
in the interview scene, actually, like the opening montage thing, I noticed it and I'm like, dang, that is really good, because since I made videos like a ton with glasses and I use umbrella lights, it's like a pain to
Yeah.
not have them like reflecting right on it.
hmm
So I always have a ton of respect if they can not pull me out of the movie with it.
The other interesting side note thing was something that I noticed that was cool. Was at the end of the movie, Marta says to Blanc, she's like, "How long did you know I had something to do with the murder?" And he's like, "Since the very beginning." Looks down at the shoe. So I was wondering in their first interaction if he looks at the shoe, and when
Does
she
he?
first walks up, he looks down at her shoe first before.
What?
Wow.
And I was like, "Hey,
That's pretty
attention to
cool.
detail."
I didn't notice the second time.
I was just watching
I wasn't
for it.
paying
You probably
attention.
wouldn't notice unless you were watching for it. But he goes, and then looks up and talks to her.
It's so weird because she has like the same nervous twitch as I do, like in the movie, and I'm like, it's so weird.
She's so nervous through the entire movie. She's
Yeah.
either crying or super nervous.
Yeah.
Or
Especially
throwing up.
when the dog brings her like that piece of broken wood or whatever, and she just chucks it.
She's like, and then like
Bro.
he immediately turns around right as she threw it.
It's so good.
I mean, the dog ends up bringing it back to him anyway, so it kind of.
All right, Micah, would you say this is the funniest movie of the year?
Let me check just to double check what was this year.
That's Logafilm, Micah.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, Shazam was this year, right?
Shazam
Yeah,
was this
Shazam
year. That
was
was
this
really
year.
funny.
That was a good one, funny wise.
Yeah. I'm trying to
Just
think
straight
what
up
like really
funny
funny
movie.
stuff has come out. The Favorite had some funny stuff, but
The
it was
favorite-
really sad.
The favorite
too.
was pretty funny, but it also was pretty sad.
Oh yeah. By the way, for our podcast listeners, we are not going over what we watched this week at the
We're
end.
doing a mini episode
because we watched so
we've
much
watched
since
so many,
our last episode,
and we haven't put out very.
and we want to
so,
cover all of it
yeah.
because we watched some good stuff.
I
so.
think The Hustle is the. No, The Hustle is the worst movie of the year.
The
by
Hustle
way.
is no, it's
And,
straight up awful.
But I would probably say.
Not Howard the Duck level, but it's awful.
I would probably say, yeah, I'd say this is, in my opinion, the funniest movie of
Funniest
the
of
year.
the year, not Assassin, Micah.
Not Assassin, though. Assassin's pretty
Assassin,
funny.
I would almost put it as
Assassin's-
second funniest.
Assassin's really funny.
Because it is really funny. But
Hey,
yeah,
do you have Prime, right? Amazon
Yes, I do.
Prime?
Okay.
One of
I need to
our
send you-
internet friends made a feature-length movie that's coming to Prime.
Yeah, it's
Soon.
coming to Prime.
We got to-
on the 16th.
We got to review
Oh,
it
tomorrow
before
Shoot.
it came out, so you
Wow.
should watch it sometime.
Okay, to all
It's
the
called
listeners of the
Assassin.
podcast, go on if you have Amazon Prime. Go on to Amazon.
But viewer caution, viewer discretion advised,
It's
because it
probably like
does
a
have a lot of
PG-13,
it has
yeah.
a lot of language in
but
it. A hard PG-13.
go watch it on Prime. It's really great. It made the top 5 of the year for my list.
It probably made top 10. I think I don't remember. For mine,
I really liked it.
It's really good.
Yeah, I'm surprised this is his first feature length.
It's definitely low budget, and you can tell.
Oh,
But
yeah, no, it's
for being low
it's an
budget and
indie.
having not like necessarily the best actors
but
in the
it's
world,
solid.
it's good.
I like it. But yeah,
But that was side note. But
Quick
yeah, I
little
would say
plug.
this is the funniest movie of the year.
I would say funniest of the year.
What about you, Zach?
No, it was definitely up there. I'm trying
Yeah.
to remember all that came out this year. The one that stands out to me as far as funny was Shazam 2. Mostly
Yeah,
because
Shazam-
I love the
was
kid on
hilarious.
crutches. The kid is so funny. I don't know. And a lot of the stuff
I
that he's
swear.
in, he just makes me laugh really hard. But yeah, this is definitely up there.
Yeah. I think this is the first time I've ever laughed out loud in the theater was during this movie. Like, I don't laugh out loud
That's
hardly
interesting.
ever at movies. But this one I did.
I
So,
mean, okay.
it's just very my sense of humor.
I went to comedy and it says that Parasite is the highest rated comedy. I didn't think Parasite was a comedy.
I don't... Micah,
The
Letterboxd-
Apartment is not a comedy.
Letterboxd is so lenient on what
Singing
they put
in the
their
Rain isn't a
genres.
comedy. I mean, you can just give it a
Back
stronger
to the
take.
Future. I guess Back to the Future is kind of a comedy. I
Toy
don't know.
Story, I wouldn't necessarily qualify as a comedy.
All right, for my hot take of the podcast, Back to the Future is just okay. It's not really that good.
Well, boo.
Yeah,
Boo,
super
but why
boo.
are we talking about this?
Super boo.
I disagree with you, but why are we talking?
We need to do Back to the Future.
We should do Back
We should
to
do
the
the
Future, 'cause
trilogy
that-
or something.
That's so good.
Because I have a lot of problems with it. I haven't seen 2 or 3 yet, but I've seen the first one.
Yeah, I haven't seen 2 or 3
and I
either.
didn't really like it.
You haven't
so.
seen 2 or 3?
No.
Oh
I
my
own the
God.
trilogy,
But
but
I
I
love-
Two
haven't
is
love the
two.
first one.
I think 2 might be my favorite one out of the 3. 2 is really good. You'll see
I
why.
think Wesley said either the second one. I think he said the
Should
second one
we
was
should
his
we
favorite
get
one.
Wesley on for the Back to the
He
Future?
apparently loves the trilogy.
Oh,
I can't
really?
believe I haven't watched 2 or 3.
Wow.
Because
Okay.
he keeps on saying we should do like Back to the Future 3 on the podcast, and I'm like, I haven't watched it.
Wow. Okay. Isn't there something to do with an almanac or something?
What?
I don't remember. No. Anyways.
I think you need to
Yes,
have an
in the
almond
in
as
the
a snack
yes,
or something.
that's what. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
But anyway, that about sums up my
Oh,
thoughts on it. Unless you guys have anything else.
I was gonna ask favorite scene of the movie. That's what I was
Ooh.
gonna say. That was my last thing.
Ooh.
I don't know if I can say my favorite scene.
Oh, is it?
It's when Chris Evans
Zach-
first gets in the house, and that's so good.
That's a great scene.
So
Wait,
funny.
you want another cookie?
That is probably
yeah.
the cast.
maybe he gave you a glass of milk in the well.
I
cast-
feel like they improvised a lot of that.
shines so
Right, like,
brightly in
oh,
that scene.
That scene is if only
so
like
great.
yeah I feel like I can't say that is like my favorite scene either
Yeah,
because
I'll say it.
the
I'll say it. That's my
coffee
favorite
is-
scene. It's
you
really
can't
good.
let Grandma watch this movie now.
no she wouldn't
Jeez.
listen in the first place. But other than
She
that,
want another cookie.
you want another cookie?
Bro, okay, I missed it the first time, but I think my favorite joke in the movie is maybe he left you a glass of milk in the window.
Maybe because he walks up because if,
Oh my
if you remember
gosh.
Chris Evans first
It's
walks
so
in
good.
and he
Yeah.
says to Marta.
No,
and she
it's not
doesn't-
to Marta.
no, it's-
to what's her face? The other lady.
No, they say it's Marta because it's not her. And that's why she said not her name, not her job, because it's not Marta's job to get food.
Oh, okay. Never mind then.
I think that's what I remember
Oh,
anyway.
Well, maybe I'm misremembering.
and he's
Maybe
like, "Can you give
maybe
me a
you're
glass
right.
of milk?" And then, oh,
You're
but I
bending
would
my
say,
cord,
I would
Mike.
say my this is Robbie apparently thinks cords should be perfectly straight at all times,
They
and
should
if they're
be,
not,
'cause
then it's
then they
breaking
last
it
longer.
permanently. But anyway, I would say my favorite scene other than that would be the scene where Benedict is going over all of the details of Chris Evans' plans. Benedict
Who's Benedict?
Blanc, Ravi.
I thought it was Benoit.
It is Oh wait, it's wait, not Benedict. It's Bennett. Like, so what's his face calls him Benny, and then his name is Bennett, and then Benny and Bennett, you combine them and it's Benedict.
Wow, Micah. I'm like, that. I don't think that's his name.
But anyway,
yeah.
Bennett Blanc. When Blanc is spelling out all of what he thinks
That
happens
is a fun.
with the plan,
That is a fun thing.
and I love that entire scene, and like Chris Evans' reaction to it all and everything like that.
Yeah.
Seeing his plan.
I guess I have to pick a favorite scene too.
Yeah, because it was your question.
Shoot, I didn't have an answer prepared.
Well,
I always ask questions and then I forget that I need to answer them too.
What a great thing for your mic to pick up.
I don't know. It's so close because I really love the opening scene, actually. Like the opening interview stuff. I really like it's quickly like it was a lot funnier watching it a second time. I don't know why. It was really funny to me. I don't know. It'd be between that and the final scene and all that.
yeah.
So, I don't know. There are a lot of really great scenes in this movie. That's why it's hard to pick. It's not that I'm reading through all of the like thousands of bad ones. But yes.
The "My Mother, Ladies and Gentlemen" quote on here.
Wow, Micah.
Well, they don't have very many quotes.
They
I'm
don't
just
have very
looking
many
through.
quotes. Wow.
Well, they have that.
You should just do the donut quote, Micah.
But we don't have the exact donut quote, and we
What?
can't do the exact donut quote.
I knew I should have been pirating the movie.
No! Recently Logged Podcast does not support pirating movies. It's a felony.
Yeah, it's still a felony. We can't do that. uTorrent
Can't do
is
that.
not a.
But I think I have
The legal team of Recently Logged does
Yeah.
not necessarily endorse or recommend the pirating of movies in
no,
theater
we don't.
or otherwise.
We don't. Not necessarily. We definitely do not endorse pirating.
Wow. Okay. But yeah, that's all I really wanted to cover. It's really good. Go see it before it leaves theaters if you can.
Yeah, definitely go see it in theaters.
Zach, go
it's
see it
really
2 more times before it
5
leaves.
more
Two
times
more
in
times.
theaters. Spend
I'm
all
trying to
your
see
money.
Star Wars next week.
Spend $30,000 and see it as many times as you can.
Literally, in fact, spend just every penny you
Take
own.
everyone you know. Literally everyone.
And just
Go through
buy
your
out
contacts
theaters.
list.
Buy out theaters.
Buy out
fill them up.
You don't have to buy out theaters. Everyone's done watching this in theaters.
Get Ryan Johnson to come to one of your viewings.
Pay Ryan Johnson to come. And you can sit next to him and
he'll
complain about The Last Jedi.
and I'll call him and tell him to bring you a signed copy of The Last Jedi.
Yeah,
saying
no,
that it's your
we're not
favorite
going to do
movie.
that.
A 4K steelbook of The Last
4K
Jedi
steelbook,
signed
Last
by
Jedi,
Ryan
signed
I
by
would
Johnson.
throw
Ryan
it. I would
Johnson.
throw it away in front of him.
Pay it. Sell it. Sell it, Zach.
Zach. The money's
I
not
know
worth it.
I know it's against your principles.
I would
It's
feel
dirty
dirty.
money.
I would feel dirty,
Dirty
making
money.
money off something so bad.
Oh my god.
That's why we don't monetize this podcast.
Wow.
Wow. Okay.
All right. Are we good? Is that all?
Yeah, I think that's it.
I think so.
Go see this movie.
We're a little
is
over
what I
the
would say.
hour. We're a little over the
Yeah,
hour
no, this
mark.
is a good road time.
Yeah. All right.
And I have a quote, so I'm.
You have a
good.
quote?
I have a quote.
All right. Do you actually we haven't gone over it, Zach. Do you want to plug anything before we sign off?
Well, I already said my letterbox in the movie,
Yeah.
in the podcast. But if you want, you can follow me on Instagram, Zack Cole, ZACKCOLE. That's how you spell it.
Wow.
And follow my.
Never would have guessed that.
Well, some people spell Zach weird. Okay.
That's true. That's
Yeah.
true.
There's like 4 or 5 different ways to spell Zach. Anyway, Micah. Jeez. You also follow my
Like
dog on Instagram.
ZAC.
Shadow the Huskamo.
Yes.
He's he's cute.
That's the best page on Instagram, by the
There
way.
you go. Yeah.
He needs to be verified.
Right, get
You need-
Shadow verified.
We'll get there, but sure.
Yeah.
We'll get him verified. But yeah, that's it. Thanks for having me. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
You know, it's always fun having guests. I feel like I say that every time,
You're-
but it's true.
Every time we have a guest, you're like, it's always fun having guests.
Because it's true. Sometimes it gets boring when it's just me and Robbie and we're just like,
So yeah.
movie.
Yeah, have you ever seen a movie?
But yeah, we should be having Christmas episodes to come.
Yay!
Go see this movie if you can. I fully endorse it. Get your parents' permission for.
Parents strongly cautioned.
Yeah, that's what it says at the beginning. Listen
Yeah.
to it, kids.
It does.
Wow. If you want to follow the podcast on social media, we're on Instagram, Twitter, and sadly Facebook at
Just
recently,
at
logged. And you can also follow. Wait, did I say Letterboxd?
No.
You can follow our Letterboxd. It just announces whenever we upload a new episode.
And you can also, if you'd like to suggest a movie or congratulate us
yeah.
or ask to be on, of course you can contact us through any of the social medias, but you can also email us at
poddingtonrl@gmail.com. That's poddingtonrl@gmail.com.
amazing.
Or you can go to RobbieGrayway.com.
No, don't go to RobbieGrayway.com.
/recently-logged.
Don't give him the views, the interaction.
Bro, I'm actually one of the top performing portfolio sites on GoDaddy. So
That's because it's GoDaddy. Oh my gosh, your computer's about to die.
I know, I'm trying to wrap it up.
Anyway.
Yes.
Is that everything?
Yeah,
We
Micah,
good?
what's the quote? What's the quote? Gotta do it. Had to do it to him.
Wow, I gotta try to do
Jeez.
my southern accent.
Wait,
for this.
you're doing a blog.
Oh, you're doing
doing a long
okay.
quote.
Let's hear it.
Okay. All right.
I suspect foul play.
That was good.
Okay. That was good. That was good.